Chris, I first want to say thank you for you taking the time to show me your exciting new Kreitmaker idea space that you build for designers and architects. I'm excited to learn more about the long format brick that everyone is talking about and the new thin brick in so many colors and shapes.
It's a special time for us. Kreitmaker launching a new location called Idea Space, and I'm glad you're going to be a part of this launch. It's very unique, very different. You know, I'm really excited about the brick industry right now. There's a lot of things happening with the brick industry. There's a lot of new color palettes, a lot of new textures, a lot of new shapes and technologies with the bricks. It's very exciting for us. And that's why we've opened the Idea Space. We're finding the designers and architects are really getting excited about it, and having them step out of their comfort zone and creating new ideas and new homes, new buildings, new looks, and from classics to modern looks. You know, it's really exciting times right now.
Chris, before we begin, can you please give me an overview of your company and how long have you been in business?
Kreitmaker's been in business 17 years now. We started in 2004. We started selling aggregates, concrete blocks, concrete masonry supplies. What makes us very unique is that we're in a location in the heart of the city where our customers, which is landscapers, builders, contractors, can get to us very fast. We can service them and help them get back to their job sites. Over time, the market started to flourish. Renovations started to really grow in this area. The new homes started to really boom and take off. That had us look at bringing in new collections of bricks that will help with the additions, the renovations, some new natural stone to help with repair jobs and new builds. At the same time, architects started to think about their creativity. It started to explode and stepping outside of their zone. They were adding new things, new brick, new lines that forced us to go out and rethink our business. So we started to source around the world, brought in some new bricks from around the world, partnered up with them, and so we're exclusive to some of these collections. At the same time, over the last number of years, we've had some great opportunities to grow our business. We purchased a brand new concrete manufacturing plant. This enables us to manufacture our own blocks, reintroducing the breeze block for the designers and landscapers. At the same time, we purchased vintage brick. Vintage brick, what came with that was Ibstock brick, and also came Mora Clinker brick. So we're exclusive to them for Canada. With all that, and our strong focus on customer service in the retail space and out in the yard, and with these new lines that enabled us to grow over the last number of years. We're also now selling these lines to other distributors like us, and we're putting these 3 lines through our new 3 locations.
tell me, why did Kreitmaker choose King Klinker to be part of your new product offerings?
We had over time a lot of designers and a lot of architects reach out to us looking for a thin brick, and that's what we have here in this collection, something that's very unique, very elegant, very sophisticated, something that just adds something new to their project, and we found that within King Klinker. King Klinker comes in a long format, thin brick. What we like about it is, especially is if a designer is trying to create a new design, and let's say they want to go with just a gray palette, and all of a sudden they're thinking about maybe just adding a 10% dark gray or a little bit of a black into it. We can have them go into the software program and they could create that palette 80% light gray, 10% dark, 10% black. They also can add their mortar colors into it, so they really create their own color storyboard. What's nice about it is once they've done that, we can actually place that order to fit that palette and have it delivered exactly like that. Makes it very unique and very special for us out there.
What's the brick made of?
You know, Angelica, that's a good question. The bricks are made 100% clay. They're made in Poland. The company King Klinker just developed and built a brand new state-of-the-art manufacturing plant. They also add clay yellow, clay red, and clay white, and that enables them to create a rainbow of colors. And these colors that we carry on our board helps with any kind of job that's out there.
I have seen the colors board and it goes from modern to traditional in the colors. How does the brand compare to other brands you carry or what is on the market?
Yeah, King Klinker, you know, it separates itself a little bit. I think the number one reason it's the amount of colors that it has to offer. We just have a rainbow of color palettes and textures. I think number one. Number two, the thin brick that it comes in. It comes in a long format brick, comes in a modular size at the same time, but the interest has really been the long format brick. We carry about 7 styles in-house, so the turnaround for that is about 24 hours. If not, we can have it on their doorstep anywhere from 2 weeks up to 6 weeks.
Chris, do you carry any other thin brick?
Yeah, we actually just brought in a new collection called Imperial brick, which we have right here.
So if this collection is from England, what is the turnaround time if we were to place an order?
You know, if weather permits and there's availability, we can have this turned around to our yard anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. What's very unique, Angelica, is we have a tracking team in our purchasing department that tracks the shipment from the minute it is ordered, when it's loaded on the containers, until it arrives in our yard. By doing that, it helps us to help you, so we can let you know on a bi-weekly basis where the shipment is at, and you can let your customers know when the dates are going to be for them.
Chris, how many different types does Imperial brick offer?
Imperial brick has a variety of styles, anywhere from a full brick to a thin format brick to a water-stricken brick, which is something that's has a lot of texture to it and is a much harder brick. They also have the handcraft brick that goes from an aging and a weather process to achieve that reclaim, the true rustic look that they're trying to capture. It's great for any kind of very unique wall in a pub or a restaurant.
And what will be the application of these bricks?
It is particularly great for any kind of interior or exterior project, any kind of project. This thin brick is a quick and easy way to bring the look and the feel of authentic exposed brick wall, especially to any kind of commercial project. You know, the traditional handmade nature of this thin brick offers an instantly aged appearance, which is very popular in a basement, very popular in a pub, in a restaurant. What I'm finding about the traditional brick colors, such as the brown, the reds, and the beige, they're really being used in a creative, striking outdoor living space, really blending in with that natural environment.
Does this collection from England offer more than thin brick?
Absolutely. What's unique about this, there's a couple different collections that they brought for us. One of them is the full color range of full bricks, full body bricks. They also have the linear brick, which is really what we call the long format brick. So we have a full collection of that. These are the contemporary linear brick offers such a wealth of choice and color for all the architects wishing to create any new distinctive facade for any building, any home. What also is very cool is we brought in the what we call the handmade glazed brick tile. It comes in such colors as ruby red, onyx, jade, which I have them all right up here. Just beautiful. They're all handcrafted, all made from a truly craftsman. They're all coated in a special glaze, baked in a kilt. Producing that soft surface, that very unique rustic edge that's really creating that beautiful characteristic of a tile. Creating such vibrant colors that inspire so many natural minerals from our earth.
By the way, I see a lot of beautiful bricks on your wall display that looks like a long format brick. What is a long format brick?
Manufacturers are calling the long format brick a linear brick. Here in Canada, we're calling it a long format brick. They're very, very unique, very special bricks. They're really creating a lot of different projects out there. They can be modern to very classic looks. The characteristics of these bricks are really creating some standout projects for the designers and architects. And we're getting a big demand. We're finding more and more designer architects are reaching out to them because of their uniqueness and their definitions.
And how many different brands that you carry have long format bricks?
Yeah, we have a couple of collections right now. We just brought in a new brand called Randers out of Denmark. That's actually, this is what I'm sitting in front of right now.
Det er ikke store flader, det er små klodser, der har hver klods har sin egen sjæl med struktur, overflade og farver, så det skaber et helt særligt DNA som byggemateriale.
Det er fantastisk at få lov til at være med til at lave det bedste byggemateriale, der findes. Mursten, man ved, der holder i lang tid efter, man ikke har det længere selv. Det er jo selvfølgelig spændende.
Teglet er et utroligt stærkt og gennemprøvet materiale, der har stået sin prøvelser igennem mange tusind år.
Men selve ler stammer jo fra, da isen smeltede efter den sidste istid her. Isen har skrabt det dioderede lag af klipperne op i Norge og Sverige, og så trukket det med herned.
Her har man en god fed basisler, arbejde ud fra. Grunden til, at der ligger sejlværk her, det skyldes, at leret er fantastisk hernede i Ådalen.
Leret her omkring, det er karakteriseret ved, at det brænder en meget, meget flot rød farve og en meget ren ler.
Undervejs er det ekstremt vigtigt, at man behandler leret godt, fordi leret det har en form for hukommelse. Så hvis ikke du er god ved det undervejs, så kommer det frem senere hen i processen.
Når vi så har gravet leret op og kørt det herhjem til værket, så skal det behandles og blandes i det rette forhold.
Så kommer det igennem et valseværk, hvor man ligesom knuser det helt ned til det fineste pulver, og man knuser det ned til ca. 0,9 mm.
Og så bliver leret så kørt ind i støbt krav, som leret ligger i, og som vi siger, som kan ligge minimum en uges tid, sådan at det ligger og homogeniserer lidt, fra at blive gravet op automatisk af en gravemaskine.
Ler kan man kontrollere visuelt og ved at mærke på det. Det er jo ikke en videnskabelig test, som hvis man kører det igennem laboratoriet, men man kan lave en grov vurdering af det ved at mærke, hvor fedt det er og hvor blødt det er. Meget af min fascination ligger nok i formgivningen, hvor du virkelig skaber basisen for, hvordan produktet skal se ud i det endelige murværk. Når stenen den er formgivet, så kommer det i tørret, og man kan betragte det som et kurophold. Man sender stenen på ned i tørret, så har man skabt en lykkelig sten.
Processen i dag er præcis nøjagtigt den samme, som den var for de der 900 år siden, hvor teknikken kom til Danmark. Vi har selvfølgelig været meget, meget bedre til at styre den, og har jo fået utrolig mange hjælpemidler siden. Der er meget teknologi og sådan noget, man skal kunne beherske. Det er blevet meget, meget mere højteknologisk virksomhed, ligesom så mange andre steder. Vores produktion her på Hammersø, den kører normalt 5 dage om ugen, og så bygger man ligesom et lager af sten op foran ovnen, klar til at sætte i ovnen i løbet af ugen, som man så tager og bruger i weekenden, og så står der så tilsvarende mange brændte sten mandag morgen. Der er så mange ting, der skal være i balance i sådan en ovn der, og man skal forstå, hvad der sker i sådan en ovn, for at man kan beherske det. Det synes jeg er meget spændende.
Når stenen den er brændt, så er det selvfølgelig vigtigt, at den både bliver kontrolleret for de fysiske dimensioner og mål, og den også for det visuelle. Hvordan ser ud med hensyn til farver og med hensyn til strukturer og overflader. Den bliver pakket, den bliver sat på paller, og den tilgår så lageret. Og noget af det, der ligger dybt i vores kultur, det er, at vi gerne vil forbedre os hele tiden, og vi gerne vil udvikle os. Vi vil gerne være bedre, vi vil gerne søge nye markeder, vi vil gerne forbedre vores produkt. Altså det fascinerer mig, det her. Det er hele processen igennem. Den rejse leder det på, fra man graver det op. Hvordan man behandler det undervejs. Hvordan man arbejder med det. Til at det slutter i murværket. Rejsen med vores produkt, det er aldrig status quo. Det er altid nye mål og nye drømme.
We also carry a collection called Sansemo out of Italy. They have a long format brick called Corsa that we carry. It's a new concept brick. What's very neat about this collection, again, it comes in rainbow colors. Some of them are handcrafted, some of them are not. When they're finished, they actually lay them out in their yard for over a month, what they call air dry, and it really creates, they dry it actually in the Italian sun, creating that really beautiful look of a terracotta.
And what would be the availability between the two brands?
Between these two collections, first of all, the Corson collection out of Italy, it's all custom ordered. So when you do a custom order, the lead time is going to be a lot longer versus the Rander, where they carry 12 styles in their yard, and then we're going to be carrying a variety of colors in our yard. So the turnaround of that can anywhere be from 2 weeks up to 6 weeks.
Chris, do you have a favorite color in each collection?
Favorite color with the Rander collection, it's going to be the RT153. I just love this palette. It's got a light tint with a raw and Corson touch to it. As you can see, it's got a chameleon of different tans in it. In the brightest days, it battles the blue skies, the scorching suns, while turning to a very warm, deserty palette in the summer nights. As far as the Corson collection, I like the Aqua collection. It's very unique. It's got a nice, unique, soft blueness to it. Each one of these collections is going to be great for any project creating that art, that style, that elegance that the designers and architects are looking for.
What project that you know has used Corso from Sansemo or Randers?
The jobs that we've done with the Rander would be the Herman building and on Bloor Street, and with the Sansemo we did a job downtown Toronto.
For the long former brick, can it be used in residential or commercial projects?
Well, I would say both. What's nice about it, they can be, these long formats can look great inside of a bedroom wall, around a fireplace. It creates a very special look. But both collections could be for an outside brand new build of a home, contemporary to modern, to any type of commercial project.
When I look at your wall, I see a very modern and smooth brick collection in a black, gray, and white, and in a different length than the long format brick. Can you tell me a little bit about this collection?
Mora Clinker actually comes in a full body brick and comes in a slice brick. What's nice is about it's been overwhelmingly accepted by all architects and designers of a lot of different projects. While traditional designs incorporate more of a rustic and a lot of different colors, a modern design just incorporates kind of a one color palette. Mora Clinker also introduced what we call our glazed brick. It's kind of a semi-gloss brick that really shimmers when the sun kind of touches it and gives it a neat look, and it's great for any fashion wall in a home.
And what colors of brick work best with a modern design?
When it comes to with designers right now, I would say it's probably the favorite colors is going to be gray with a little bit of whites. When it comes to color trends, as I said, shades of gray are really in the fall. Light grays are really being complemented by accents of whites. Lighter grays, which have a little softer, more contemporary feel, really popping up, while the darker grays, blacks, or the more bolder, more modern tones are coming into play right after that. When it comes to a modern design, it's all about clean, it's all about stark. That seems to be the way it's going. White is just the most common choice for today's contemporary style. As I said, grays and the blacks are just slowly starting to crop up out there.
We talk a lot about long format brick and thin brick. What about the full body brick?
Today, there's a number of styles, number of colors, number of finishes to pick from that will certainly inspire and create any emotion for any building or any new home. Bricks today have become more of just a material. Bricks are something that they're actually designing with. There's a great saying out there that a design only starts with 2 bricks. Kreitmaker today has brought in a new collection called Ibstock out of England. We carry this collection through our vintage brick, also through our Kreitmaker brand at the same time, and we brought this collection in 5 different colors. Colors that you're doing add-ons with, additions, renovations, restoration projects. These colors are the most common ones used to match any of the projects, especially in Ontario and throughout Canada. Our United colors of Ibstock carry over 300 different colors, making available virtually every texture and every color that has been made in the industry. With the variant sizes of bricks currently being used in Ontario, it's become very difficult for architects, designers, especially masonry restoration specialists to resource the right brick for the right product. This leads to architects and contractors spending days in vain attempting to match an existing brick for an addition or a restoration project. That's where Kreitmaker with this brand comes and helps you with.
throughout the generations, producing bricks with personality and integrity, and is one of the few true handmade brickworks in the UK. It's genuinely an inspiring factory with skilled, time-served brickmakers, producing handmade, traditional and bespoke stock bricks that create award-winning buildings, both traditional and contemporary. Close to the Jurassic coast, Swanage shares a rich, varied geology and has had extensive quarrying from before Victorian times. Today, our clay is still dug from our own Wealden clay beds on the Isle of Purbeck at our brickworks. Hand thrown into traditional sanded moulds, each brick takes on the characteristics of its maker. This signature can be seen in the fine crease marks on the face of each brick, a feature that cannot be replicated by any machine. This process not only defines the personality of each brick, but the personality of the building it adorns. At Swanage, Imperial bricks are available as standard. We produce options available in 50mm, 65mm and Imperial size formats, with fine stock textures in our range of Swanage colours. Every day, between 1,400 and 1,800 bricks are made by each brickmaker. With all our brickmakers and our berry machine combined, we produce between 15,000 and 16,000 bricks per day. Our distinctive colours are obtained from the kiln settings and firing process, controlling the heat, time fired and reduction for the desired results. Modern kilns have superseded the traditional tunnel kilns, providing us with the control required for consistency in colour and quality, complementing the hand-making process. Swanage's true expertise lies in its ability to create purpose-made blends of bricks. Whether it is to allow you to match to brickwork on an existing building, or the need to develop a unique blend for a particularly special project, Swanage can provide the solution. A full range of both manufactured and cut and bonded special shape bricks are available in British standard formats for all Swanage products, including bespoke blends. Matching up with existing special shapes forms part of the service provided by Swanage, particularly on refurbishment projects, where often there is a requirement for intricate ornamental designs, typical of Victorian masonry architecture. We have an extensive library of existing moulds and can now make new moulds to your specifications. Used as a feature, normally with plain red stock or handmade bricks, our glazed headers are either used in a variety of bonding patterns, such as English and Flemish bonds, or as a feature to create a particular pattern, often in a diamond formation.
You said there was more full body collections. Where is that collections with all the soft pastel colors?
One of our newest collections that we just brought in is Nelissen from Belgium. That's this collection right here. This line has more of a heritage look to it, really putting a brick into a more of a modern architectural design. Rustic exposed bricks right now are really on trend. They're really on point. They have a rich, authentic feeling to them that really could enhance the warmth of a home or a building. These kind of bricks really create a signature style for any kind of architect or designer. Of course, textures that people are looking for, there's a perception out there that they need to look for a rustic look that really has been already chipped and weathered. With this collection, it already captured that look. I really talked about the dubio brick design. This brick is what we call has shadow joints in the brick, creating a very beautiful illusion that the facade is constructed of layered bricks. As you can see, this brick could be horizontally, vertically, or randomly in different colors. Just think about the different designs you can create and how cool this brick will be on any kind of a wall. You know, there's another great saying in bricks that sticks with me all the time. Even a brick wants to be something special, and that's why we built Idea Space.
Good. Live. Right. Live. Right. So we're welcome to take any questions now. Thank you for watching the video. So we have a first question. With the thin brick over exposed brick veneer, how I would think the weep holes have to be maintained. So I think Arya is going to be answering that question. Would you like to go ahead, Arya, and answer that?
Lose Ari?
I think we're running into some technical difficulties right now.
Can you hear us? No. So what would the answer be, Ari? Here, I'll put you on speaker.
Sure.
There we go.
Okay, so you don't have to have weep holes. What is recommended is to have a rain screen in behind to allow air and water to flow through.
Okay, next question.
So our second question is if there's any limitations on vertical span of the brick, weight-wise, is there any controlled joints, limitations, and requirements?
Go ahead, Ari.
For the most part, there isn't. In some cases, in commercial projects, they will apply a lintel. It's not a full-size lintel, but it would be almost like an override just to help support some of the weight. But for most applications, weight isn't an issue because the brick is being adhered to the wall surface.
All right. So, Arya, if you could please mute your laptop 1 second. Just getting some feedback. Just mind muting your laptop 1 second, just because we're getting some feedback.
Okay, somebody's on mute.
All right, good. All right, so our next question is, what is the future of full bed masonry given the shortage of masons?
A tough question. Hey, Ari, that's kind of a tough question, eh?
It is. I mean, we have a good number of masons that are coming in to purchase product from us and are actively working on jobs. But there's a lot of work out there, and there's a need for more masons, without question.
Yeah, I was on a national conference call with some other companies in the same spaces that we're at, and we had a guest speaker on there. I think it was about 6 months ago. They said the challenge is really going to be the big builds for construction. You know, the bigger companies that are making 100 homes and up are having a tough time and are going to have a tough time finding masoners. And what they were concerned about, the costs because of the demand, the cost of the housing could go up in the near future because of that.
So let's go to the next question.
Sure.
So our next question is if there's any availability of structural clay tile in Ontario. It was shown in one of the manufactured videos. Is there's a readily used? Is readily used in Europe for interior partitions and exterior walls?
It is available in Ontario. But we are able to source it and bring it in. But they are correct. It's not a common use product here in Ontario.
Okay. And we have another question. So what do you have in a heritage brick molded shapes, for example, bullnose, waterable, bedded, etc., and sizes such as Ontario size and color?
We have probably about 5 or 6 different types of shapes available, different colors available. Most of them are water tables. We do have some exterior corners. Custom shapes can be ordered, and so some of our brick suppliers that we purchase Ontario size brick, be it Watsontown in the U.S. or Ipstock, they can, in addition to having a stock styles available, they can also do custom styles as well.
So we got another question here. How do you
offset the carbon footprint of all these products transported from Europe? One of your competitors have, what's that word?
Carbon cliff.
Carbon cliff technology that captures and stores carbons, and any match form your end.
You want to talk about that specific to the Randers?
Yeah. So one of our lines that we're bringing in called Randers out of the Netherlands, they're introducing what they call a greener brick. They started this year in the collection, and it's really they're using windmills and biogas. That's allows it to have a lot less CO2 into the air. As we all know, brick is a sustainable brick. This is going to be much more. It's a greener brick. So we will be partnering up with them this year. We were on a conference call with them, learning more about this brick. It's going to have all the proper certificates for architects to have. It's called an EPD, an environmental product declaration, I think it was called. Explaining all this about the new greener brick that's coming through. It is going to cost 10% more, but they feel that cost will definitely outweigh the environmental impact that it's going to have.
Also adding on to that, it does meet certain specifications if you're building a project that's towards for an LEED certification. So moving on from that, how thin brick is different from, say, a regular brick? What type of bonding materials do you use? What is the largest brick? What is the largest size brick available? What is the largest size available for thin brick? And also, is it possible to cut into custom shapes? For example, triangles and stuff like that.
A thin brick is exactly as it sounds. It's a brick that would be anywhere from 3/8 up to a quarter, even half in some cases. It could also be a stone veneer. In terms of bonding material, there's several different kinds out there. In essence, they're very similar to bin sets. They're mortar adhesives or polymer mortar adhesives. Similar to baking a cake, installers all kind of have their own preferences as to what they're going to use, but there's a number of different options that are out there. Largest size is, we can cut a utility size brick into a thin veneer. We can cut some of the new long format style bricks into veneer. For the most part, bricks aren't an issue just because they're not as heavy as stone. There are some limitations with regards to stone veneer. And can shapes be, so shapes and or triangular shaped material can also be cut into a veneer. It's just a question as to how well it's going to be able to be cut. In terms of some of our suppliers are using birch saws or water table saws. It's more a question of how easily it can be cut so that it has a smooth face on the back.
We got one more question here. Is there a big shipping premium for European source brick? So I believe with that question, maybe asking about price maybe on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's we bring containers in if it's on a monthly basis through Europe. The container costs have gone up dramatically, just like wood, steel, and everything else in the last 3 months. It's gone up over 400%, the containers, but we can bring in, we tag into, if someone's doing a small order of brick, we could tag it into a bigger order to really keep some of the costs down out there.
We got another question here. Are, I guess, Canadian and CSA specs used or ASTM for standard compliance?
Canadian brick.
Right. So, all right, so we got another question that's come up here. Can uneven thin brick like the Randers Ultima RT156 be used in a mold that with precast type system?
Not overly well. We actually been speaking with another customer who's trying to, or who would like to use one as a long format Randers brick in a precast system, but it's right now we're running into problems of trying to find the best way to make that work. Just because when they go to pour the concrete, there's going to be spillover into the face of the brick.
Good. So those are our questions that we're getting right now. I'd like to ask if somebody couldn't hear that question. So let's see if we can try and repeat that. All right, do you mind maybe repeating that a little bit louder? We're going to see if we can get somebody get that a little bit better.
Repeating the precast one?
Yes, we're somebody couldn't hear that question, so.
A brick, when someone's going to be using a precast slip on commercial projects, typically you want to have a smooth face brick or something that's fairly square with clean edges. The Randers brick really doesn't suit itself in that type of application. We've got another customer who's looking at using that, so we're trying to see if there's another way to manage that. But long story short, it's not overly. But at this point, we haven't found a good way to manage that.
Hopefully, that can help out with the headphone with the audio there. Sorry about that. Got another question here. Do you carry a thin brick windowsill slightly thicker than the thin brick used for the wall around it?
So we do. We carry some. We don't stock them, but we're able to bring them in. There are two companies that we bring in veneer sills. One of them is stone rocks. The other one is cultured stone. And yes, they would be slightly thicker than your typical brick veneer or stone veneer, so that it has the appearance of being a full-size sill.
Yeah. So next question: is the Idea Space Studio open?
Yes, it is opened. We hit all the marks to be allowed to be open. It's open from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock Monday to Friday. We're not open on Saturday yet, so that anybody can come down. What we're really trying to manage it. If they were just send me an email, we could book an appointment. I'll be here. Someone will always be here to work with them to show them the collections. There was another question too, just tagged onto that. If they were to come into the studio and see some bricks and they're interested, would they get some samples? Yes, we would. We don't carry all the samples here. We have the sample boards on the display made up for them, but within 24 hours, we can have the sample brick for them to take back to show their clients. Today, I spent most of the morning just driving around to different architects, dropping off samples for clients that were here the other day. So we'll run for that.
And more time of the brick if it's not in stock.
Yeah, it's if weather permits and everything is good, we're from their yard to our yard. It's anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. Certain bricks we do carry, certain styles we carry Ibstock. We carry 5 colors in the yard. Our line out of Spain, our plain black, white, grays, metallics. We carry full range in our yard, and we're bringing in containers in almost every month.
And I think we just someone missed the answer for the CSA question. Aria, do you mind repeating the answer to that one, if you want me to repeat the question?
Sure. So all of the bricks that we bring in, whether it's through the U.S. or through or overseas, meet all the ASTM specs as any other brick we would from North America or from Ontario.
Right. Hopefully that one you can hear a little better. We just had some technical difficulties.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that should be a lot better. Yeah, and if you have, if anybody else has any questions, feel free to ask away. Maybe we can re-answer some of them if you didn't quite hear them properly before. Again, sorry about those technical difficulties. Yeah, so here we got one. For heritage restoration jobs, which brick do you recommend that can best match older brick? Would you?
We carry a collection called Idstock. It's under our brand Vintage Brick out of England. We have 5 basic colors that have been pretty standard in Ontario. We carry them in the yard, and if not, there's a rainbow of over, I think, almost 350 colors that we can bring in that are designed for the heritage restoration projects. But the 5 most popular colors we carry all year round.
So I believe this most of our questions answered. Can we see the installation detail for thin bricks? Can they be used in Ontario exterior conditions in tall buildings? So.
So sorry, yeah, so the answer to that is yes, they can. We're happy to send over installation instructions if you just want to send us your email address, and we can pass that information on to you.
And feel free to visit our booth if you'd like to send us your email contact information to do that, or you can even send it through. You can even send it to us through info@kreitmaker.com, and we can feel more than happy to help you out with that, with those kinds of questions or requests.
And with the idea space, the way we design it for, if you want to bring your clients down, you know, we have a big table, TVs, it's a complete showroom, so you can work with them. We can get online, help you with that. Anything that you need, any tools, if you want to work with your clients in our showroom.
Right now. Yeah, so we have a couple more minutes for a couple more questions. Here we go. In Ipstock, do you carry shapes, water table, and bullnose style bricks?
So we carry a very small amount of shapes. Again, most of them are water table and exterior corners. And those are typically for repair jobs and small restoration projects. There are many different shapes, styles, and sizes of special shapes that can be manufactured and ordered. We just need to get the information from the architect, and we can get them ordered or priced out and ordered for you.
So, a couple more questions. There we go. Can thin bricks be used in exterior tall buildings? What is the standard detail? All right, would you like to answer that one for us?
Yeah, so again, thin brick can be used in exterior projects. In terms of the height of the building, we'd have to get more information as to the specific project and just see what limitations are going to come into play for that type of project.
All right, so those are pretty much all the questions that we received. So thank you so much for everybody who's attended our conference today. If you have any more questions for us, please feel free to hit up our our booth today and ask any questions that you may have. You can also reach us at info@kreitmaker.com and at our new showroom, Idea Space at 122 Davenport on the corner of Belmont and Davenport.
Or email me personally at ccameron@kreitmaker.com, and Ari and I would be more than happy to work with you on any project.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.